Hey guys, it's Jeremy Stone again. So we got an article from Evie magazine, which is a woman's magazine, but they have an interesting take on why guys are no longer wanting to get married and get involved with all the family courts and all that baby mama drama and all that nonsense. So it goes with the title: Millions of men are no longer want to get married, and you can thank the government for that. Why are so many men refusing to get married? Is it because of women, or is it because of the unfair family justice system? Well, probably a little bit of both. Why should the government get involved in your love life? You're telling me I could date a girl, marry a girl, she can then divorce me for irreconcilable deal. I'm sorry, what's it called? No fault divorce, and I lose half my stuff. If that's the case, if that's the offer that I'm given, I'll just date casually, no cohabitation, no nonsense. And they're asking if it's women that may not be worth it anymore. Well, when you're coming to the table with multiple children by multiple men, debt, covered in tattoos, body count in the double digits, maybe even the triple digits, you have entitlements like, why? I can find something better and younger than you are, less, not as old, not as damaged emotionally, physically. I don't know. It's very outdated because you can have the bedroom fun without being married. You can have kids without being married. You can have a joint bank account without being married. What's in it for guys that get married? Nothing. So this is almost a year old. Actually, it says article update January 5th, 2021. Marriage is on a decline, and it's scary though. Imagine dating a man for years, cohabiting, and giving the relationship your all without him ever having to put a ring on it. Now matrimony, oh, no matrimony, no wedding dress, and no big celebration with friends and family. What about the thought of having children without marriage? Unfortunately, a lot of people do it nowadays. And you better hope that you chose a good partner, that you properly vetted them. It wasn't a one night hit and quit and go, whoopsie, I got a baby, and like, pew, I'm out. Let's see. It's fine if you don't believe in marriage, but the rest of us do. Most women look forward to tying the knot with the man of their dreams, but what will that happen if millions of men refuse to get married? You're gonna have a lot of lonely cat ladies and a lot of girls enjoying uh, the liberation of the bedroom and having multiple partners. That's what's going to happen. This is what's currently happening in America and many other parts of the world. Historically low marriage rates in America. U.S. News reported that marriage rates uh, reached a historic low in 2018 with only 6.5 people out of every 1,000 getting married, the lowest levels in 118 years. 6.5. My goodness. Philip Cohen, a sociology professor at the University of Maryland, says women's independence and gender equality is a huge factor in the long term decline of marriage. Oh, yeah, because when you have a lot of females saying, I'm strong and independent and I don't need no man, and a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, it's like, hey, we're not needed. Okay. We can have our bedroom fun. We can go on a couple dates, and then that's it. Because if you don't need me, then why would I want to get on my knee and propose? I'm obsolete, right? So bye bye. I'll do my own thing. You know. But I think this is more of the mentality of like the younger girls who have the pretty girl privilege. But when you hit 30, 35, and your looks decline and all the mounds and mounds of attention that you were getting when you're the hot young thing on the market, when your attention and validation starts to go on the decline, that's like, yeah, I need to lock down a man. You should have known that ahead of time. You should probably ask your mother how you landed a man, how she landed her husband, how she landed her father. The You want to give all the fun away while you're young. You're giving your most valuable assets away when you're young, and then when you get on the decline, then you want to like lock down a man. But a man's gonna look at it like you gave your prime away to someone else, and now I get sloppy seconds. Like, I'm good, thank you, no thank you, thanks but no thanks. There has also been a rise in the men's rights groups, such as, I gotta watch the language scene, guys doing their own thing. Um, MG Tao. Yes, I know how it's pronounced, but I don't want to get a YouTube to slam me on that word. And the manosphere, where men in droves complain about their unfair treatment in relationships and family courts. They're tired of being browbeaten by women and the gender bias laws against men. For this reason, millions of men don't want to get married and are opting out of marriage altogether. Good. Because when you see your father get ringed in the divorce court, when you see your uncle, your best friend's dad just get all their resources just obliterated because the woman's, unhappy, or she just say, I'm done. No reason, no fault divorce. I'm just done. It's scary. It's like, no, I'm good. Thanks, but no thanks. Men avoid marriage because it's too risky and too costly. Men are not marrying because for many men, the rewards of getting married are far less than what they used to be, while the costs of dangers of it are far high. Divorce rates are sky high. 45% of all marriages end in divorce, and women initiate 80% of them. Jesus. So out of almost 50% of all marriages failing, 80% women caused. That is staggering. Ultimately, men know they could lose a lot, from losing their freedom to being financially exploited and losing custody of their children. It's common knowledge that the courts favor women over men. They're renowned for favoring women regarding the division of assets, child support, and alimony, even if they aren't married. Are you suggesting that guys have to pay alimony if you're not married? Oh yeah, because I guess some states have that common law marriage. Can you imagine just cohabitating, and now you gotta pay half your stuff? Ugh. No wonder hookup culture's on the rise. My goodness. Men lose money. For example, an Ontario businessman was ordered to pay more than $50,000 a month to his ex-girlfriend, despite never owning a house nor having children together. Under Ontario law, an unmarried couple is considered common law spouse if they have cohabitated, lived together in a conjugal relationship for at least 3 years. Do not go to Canada. There you go. Don't go to Canada. That is a raw deal. Men lose their children. In UK, Liz Jones, a columnist for the Daily Mail, reported how she stole her ex-boyfriend's baby gravy to try to get pregnant but failed, and how one of her friends lied to a new boyfriend that she was on the pill. He's now in a new relationship and has to pay child support for the child he never sees. Well, he's like, okay, you lied to me. I'm not marrying you, so I'm out. I'll find someone else. But to pay child support for a child you never see because some chick stole your DNA. That, take that rubber with you. You tie it in a little knot, you put it in some paper towels, and either you flush it and you watch it go down the toilet, or you put it in your pocket and you take it with you. Do not just casually just toss it in the trash can and think she's not going to get the turkey baster and get herself all prego. Entrapment parency, aka forced fatherhood, is a common problem in the United States too. Many men feel paying child support for a child they didn't agree to have is unfair, but the courts see it as doing right for the child. A woman receiving child support can also claim government assistance, welfare, health care insurance, etc., while the man gets nothing. Gee, and you wonder why marriage is on the decline. I wonder. Shocking. In the event of a married couple divorcing, men only get custody of their children 10% of the time, but are always responsible for paying child support and alimony. Now, where's the gender equality in that? Where's all the go girl power advocates saying, 50-50 custody? We women cannot carry the burden. We women should not have the receive the financial support. No, 50-50. Where's the equality there? Where's all the marches and protests in the street for the equality there? Nowhere to be seen, because it's only equality when it benefits them. If it doesn't benefit them, then it's oppression. No, it's still equality. It's just a negative part of equality. You just don't like it. Many men complain that the courts send the message that fathers are not essential to raising children beyond the point of paying child support. Closing thoughts. In a society that strives for equality, maybe these gender laws are outdated. You think? Women make up 50% of the labor force, so why do we claim unfair gender divides regarding marriage and family disputes? If the risk involved in entering marriage were equally distributed, perhaps more men would feel like they have less to lose. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to file for divorce 80% of the time and I got to lose half of my stuff, no, it's a cost-benefit analysis. The downfall greatly and vastly outweighs the benefits. It's just not worth it. It's such a minefield, and change might not happen fast. Still, if we want to see men viewing marriage in a positive light again, so we can continue to have a strong family unit, it will take long-term focused efforts from women, men, and the government, being aware of the issues men face, empathizing, and trying to see it from their perspective is a great place to start. And that's the end of the article. And this was actually a pretty good read. This was a pretty good article, especially considering that this is a women's magazine, but they did seem to be very fair and impartial. And then just blame men. They actually looked at it realistically and all the negative consequences and repercussions and risks men face. So good job, Evie. So I got another one. Let's see if I can bring this up real quick. Oh, crap. That's not what I wanted. Sorry. Oh, doing this on the fly. There we go. From Reddit. Do guys at 40 not want kids? Most likely not. Now, there's something to be said that a guy who became 40 perhaps wanted kids in his 20s and 30s. But generally speaking, the older you get, the more comfortable you become. So if you lived your life, the majority of your life as a bachelor, if you lived the majority of your life unchilded, it's not likely like when you get older, you're going to change your ways. Unlike women who have their biological clock and it's ticking away, they might start freaking out. But this is actually a short one. So let's read on. Me and my fiance have an age gap. I'm 26-year-old female. He's 40-year-old male. We've been together for almost 4 years, so 22 and 36. Wow. All right. Hey, maybe, who knows? Maybe he's financially well off. Recently, we've begun the process to test for IVF, in vitro fertilization, as I've gotten a genetic condition I don't want to pass on to my kids. Okay, looking out for the kids. Good for her. Can't blame her for that. Today, he told me he's not ready to put the baby gravy, because I don't know if YouTube will slam me for saying the actual word, and eggs together to test for embryos. He's known since the first date all I've wanted was kids. We always fight about it. We always fight about this because he really doesn't want kids. He just does it for me. Okay, well, that's just a recipe for disaster. So if he knew right from the get-go, you didn't... Sorry, guys, I'm back. I had to take an important phone call. So where we left off at, he knows since the first date I've wanted kids. He always fights me about it because he says he really doesn't want kids. He just does it for me. And that he wants kids because he thinks he will be lonely when he's old, but he's never really seen the point in having kids or why people want them. Well, then he doesn't sound like the right guy for you, because if you want kids and he doesn't want kids, what do you think is going to happen? You're just going to keep wasting your time on some guy who's not going to give you what you want, and you know he's not going to change. And so, you need to pack up your stuff and keep it moving, because you're what, 26? You still got time to snag a man. So let me fix my camera. We both have good jobs and relatively stable lives. We fight a lot, but always make up. Do I leave him? Yes. Do not waste whatever valuable years you have left on a guy who's not going to give you the kids that you want. I mean, he told you right from the get-go he doesn't want kids. So if you stay with him, that's partially on you. It's your fault now if you knew he wasn't going to change. Do I leave him? I know none of you can answer that, but anyone in a similar situation where this has happened left and ended up being happier with someone else who wanted kids. Everyone I've spoken to said that he's not ready now and he never will be. How much longer do I wait? You've spent 4 years so far. You waited too long. Guys are not complicated. Guys, we are very simple creatures. We don't really speak in code. We tell you what you want. When I'm hungry, that means I'm hungry. It's not like, oh, talk about my feelings. When I say I don't want kids, that means, no, secretly, I want a giant litter. I want to start a little football team. If I don't want kids, that means I don't want kids. If I want kids, that means I want kids. It's not complicated. Now, if you thought that you were going to change his ways, shame on you, because what do you think? You're special and magical, and you had the golden vagine that was going to just make him like, oh, I wasn't going to have kids, but now I will. Now I will say, that he said he thinks about having kids because he'll be lonely in his older age. Okay, that's not the right reason to be having kids. So if you want kids because you want kids, you want to see yourself and bring some life into this world and give it a loving life. But just because you're lonely, go get a dog, dude. That's not the right reason to be having kids. Anyways, this is Jeremy Stone. Stay safe, stay single, stay smart. See ya.